Hey guys, so today I want to speak to you guys about the most common mistakes to avoid when you are starting your own business for the first time.
If you're new to this channel, I'm Mary.
I'm Ken.
Of the Humble Penny and Financial Joy Academy. And what we do on this channel is to help you take control of your finances, grow your money, and help you to live a life of financial independence and money joy.
That's right. And a business, if you get it right, can absolutely help you accelerate those goals towards becoming financially free one day. But there are some mistakes you've got to absolutely avoid. Should we dive into them?
Let's do it. Okay, starting at number 10 is charging too little for your services.
Oh yeah.
Now this is more down to a mindset thing, but we must say that people sometimes genuinely do not know how much to charge. As in, we've made that mistake before when we've undercharged for our services, but it was a learning process, right? So what we'll say here is to focus more on the transformation. Focus on what value you give when that person purchases your product or service. And don't peg yourself so much on an hourly rate. That way you won't go wrong and you won't feel any way about charging what you rightly should charge for your amazing services.
Bars. Our very next one is spending too much time on a business plan. We've come across people who literally spend, they say, okay, are you starting a business? Yep, I'm starting a business. And then they say, oh, I'm still working on my business plan. How long have you been doing that for? 6 months. What? Still working on a business plan for 6 months? You see, the business plan becomes their new form of procrastination. So what you want to do is really focus on a business plan that you can essentially do in 2 pages. Okay? Because if you can't talk about your business and how on earth it's going to make the money in 2 pages, it's not worth pursuing. So if you're currently stuck at a point where you're trying to start a business, or you're still at that business plan stage, we would say focus on making it a 2-page business plan. Keep it super simple and focus all your effort on all the other stuff we're going to be sharing in this video, things you want to make sure you absolutely avoid and do the right way. If you want to get a 2-page business plan, you can get them online or you can grab ours for free. I'll link to it below and above for you to head over and download and actually use and get going in your first business.
Mistake number 8 is to rely just on your own knowledge. Things evolve and change every day and you cannot make the mistake of relying on just your knowledge. What we'd suggest here is join masterminds, get coaching, listen to podcasts, watch videos, read books, necessary books, but keep learning.
Watch YouTube videos.
Yes, watch YouTube videos, exactly.
And a lot of this stuff is available for free, but it's stuff you can pay for as well, and you should.
Exactly. Have a bit of both. Free content, but also pay for things that, you know, it will take you ages to find the free stuff. Why don't you just pay and learn from somebody who's done and who is doing what you want to do, and you just shortcut all those mistakes and you'll be able to progress very quickly, way quicker than if you were just learning it all on your own.
What's your favorite tool?
So for me, I love podcasts and I absolutely love Audible. So when I'm cooking or doing some sort of work at home, I'm literally killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I might stop, jot some notes down and to highlight, but Audible for me has been amazing.
Yeah, I was a bit skeptical initially with Audible, but when we got it, I could see the benefit of it. It's really, really changed our lives in a massive way. Number 7 is not paying for the right technology. When you're getting started, of course, it's okay to use all the freebies you can find, you know, all the free stuff, because you're trying to keep your costs low and stuff like that, and that's all well and good. But one thing we've noticed is that the right technology actually makes a humongous difference to the outcome of your business. So for example, we use things such as ConvertKit for our email marketing, which I'll link to below and above if you want to learn more about it, or Zapier for helping to automate a number of really manual things, delivery of, you know, products and things to people, or collecting data, that sort of stuff. Those sorts of tools absolutely help you save a lot of time and does the heavy lifting for you. And of course, there are many other bits of tech depending on the type of business that you're starting. When you're starting a new business, we often have that mindset thing where we often think to ourselves, well, actually, I'm not sure if I want to spend that money on that technology. But thankfully, today, a lot of tech that you need to actually have success in your business are ones that you can buy and pay monthly. And quite a lot of them are quite small amounts to pay, you know, on a monthly basis, or you can buy them annually and get them even cheaper that way. Number 6, go.
Okay guys, so number 6 is not to start a business based only on your passion. Sorry to break it to you guys, but passion alone does not cut it. Instead, what you need is passion and talent and demand. There needs to be a demand for that passion and talent that you have.
And I think talent is the most important one. If we really had to be upfront, you need all 3 of them, but talent really really is the one, based on research, shows that this is what you need the most to make your business a success. Was there a book recommendation you had for people?
Yes, guys. So we recommend that you check out the book So Good They Can't Ignore You by Cal Newport. And we're going to put a picture here. Yeah. And we're going to link to it above and below for you to check out further.
All right, so mistake number 5 is not having a good sales system. In case you're thinking to yourself, what on earth is a sales system? I'm going to use the example that we had a few days ago when we finished church and our kids said, hey, I'd love to go to KFC, okay? And we were like, you know what? Go on this occasion and let's go and check it out. So we walk into KFC and it was interesting. As soon as you walked in, to the right-hand side was a screen telling you to make your order before you go and pick your food up at the front. So on that screen, you're able to say, I want family bucket or I want a vegan burger, whatever it is you want. But what was interesting as we were ordering was what came up on the screen.
Oh, would you like extra bit of fries or drink or what was it called?
Would you like a combo deal? So that came up and that was interesting. Would you like a combo deal for just £1 extra? And I'm like, oh, I think I want a combo deal. Press. And I order. Next it says pay here, and of course they make it very easy. Pay with your watch or pay with your card, contactless, and you head off and pick your food up. That entire experience is what's known as a sales system. It's a way of ascending customers through a journey from the point at which they get in touch with you, interested in your product or service, to the point at which they actually use their card and make a purchase, and you then deliver. Of course, in our case, the delivery came by just walking to the front, getting the bags, and we were gone. So the reason we mentioned this is a mistake that lots of people do when they start their businesses is that they think about just creating a product or a service, but they don't think to themselves, how am I going to sell the thing? How are people going to actually buy from me? What's the mechanism that they're going to follow in order to be able to make that purchase, in order for you to make a sale and for your business to, over time, become profitable and hopefully be a success.
So number 4, another thing that we are definitely guilty of is doing everything by yourself. There's such a need, guys, for you to just outsource something that other people are great at and they can thrive at doing it, rather than you wasting your time on doing so many different things and wearing so many different hats. So even if you started the business, it's very important to bring other people and let their creativity flow. So whether it's creating a logo or designing your website, outsourcing it will just bring another element of professionalism and quality to your business that you wouldn't be able to achieve doing it alone.
And it wouldn't stop you, actually, because some people, because they haven't got somebody else, actually just grind to a halt. They're like, oh, I can't do my website, so I'm giving up. Or I can't design my logo, so I'm giving up. By having other people there, you have much more of a chance of becoming successful, right?
Exactly, and quicker.
Mistake number 3 is not realizing that all businesses are not equal. So what do we mean by that? So some businesses you can start and they're great, they're good businesses, they make a bit of money, they might pay your bills and stuff, and that's great. But they might have an income cap and you might not be able to grow that business as much as you want. You might not have the potential to be able to scale it, for example. We know this because we've had experience of different businesses.
Yeah, so for example, with a nursery business, which we own as a family, with a nursery business, there are certain regulations that you need to follow. For example, the child to adult ratio. There's only a certain number of children that you can have in the room at the same time. So calculations are made based on the room size as to how many children can be in that room, which means that there will be a cap in the amount of income that you can bring in on a daily basis.
As well as costs, because obviously with the children comes, fixed number of staff members who all need to be paid and stuff like that. So the reason we're mentioning it is to give a bit of color. We have experience of this area, for example. We have a business in this area, as Mary mentioned. Mary used to work in that area as well, so she has real first-hand experience. But compare it to other businesses. I used to run a tuition business, for example. And again, in the same sphere with tuition businesses, they're great. But again, you have the same issues in that, there's only so many people you can tutor at the same time and stuff like that. Even if you wanted to scale it by having tuition centers, which we did, you still have the same challenge of being able to find a tuition center and have a cap on it. Whereas if you run an online business, like we're doing right now, anyone can watch these videos from anywhere, whether you're running a blog or a YouTube channel or a podcast or a combination of those. Actually creating a business that leverages the internet, there's so much more you can do by way of being able to earn an income without having that cap necessarily.
Not to say that businesses with caps are a problem, they're absolutely not, but it's good for you to know what that cap is for yourself and whether you're happy to go ahead with that business knowing that there potentially can be a cap to the income that you can bring in.
So where you can with the business you're creating, think really about the potential you might have in the future from an income perspective. Ask yourself, if this thing was to grow, to what extent could it grow? Is there a cap on it and why? And where you can, we'd highly recommend doing something that really uses the internet, because all the evidence around us, whether it's COVID, with the pandemic and so on, it's really shown us that, the tide is headed towards doing more things online. So where you can, try and introduce an online element to your business, because we just think it just offers you so much more potential.
Absolutely. Number 2 is comparing yourself to well-established businesses. Now this one, you don't really know what this well-established business has gone through, what their journey has been, and how many mistakes that they have made to get to where they are now. So essentially what we're saying here, guys, is please do not compare, because what you end up doing is having too much expectations for your business, and too much expectations too soon will end up leaving you with burnout or dissatisfaction, and just like no drive, because the goal is maybe too unachievable at such a short space of time. So stay on your lane, focus on your own personal goals, and make it happen, guys. You can do this.
All right, and the final mistake to share in this video is not thinking of your business as a system. So if you go look up the definition of a system online on Google, you see that a system is made up of a bunch of subsystems that connect together for that system to work. So for example, our bodies represent a system, and within our bodies are other subsystems such as your kidney, your heart, brain, your liver, all those things, all those elements of your body have to work together. And if something goes wrong in one, then your whole body doesn't quite work as well as it needs to work. But if you viewed your business as a system, you find that, and there's a great book that we'd recommend called E-Myth Revisited. Again, we'll link to it below and above. That great book really teaches in that book that what you want to do is to work on the system, not work in the system. So essentially you want to be able to look at the system from outside and go, oh, there's my business. What is wrong with my business? What is wrong with the subsystems within the system that I want to work on in order for my business to become a success? And there are different systems within a business. I mentioned one earlier called the sales system, but there are others such as your production system, i.e. in what way, what do you have in place to produce the thing that you are offering people, whether it's a product or a service? How have you set that up and how effectively is that working? There's a traffic system, which is the way in which you go about getting the traffic, getting the eyeballs, because without the eyeballs, nothing sells. Like making YouTube videos, creating blog posts, word of mouth strategy, anything that means that you're bringing traffic to a product or service, that's part of the traffic system. And final is the fulfillment system. After you've sold something, you've got to actually deliver it. You've got to actually get it out there to people. So understanding these core elements of business are important because it just helps you kind of look from the outside and go, I see my business from the outside as a stand-out unit by itself. And I have that capacity to be able to look at the business from the outside and work on it rather than work in it.
Absolutely. And how you can make sure that you work on the business and not in the business, as Ken said, is to get people who are qualified and able to carry out the tasks to make sure that systems which we've identified runs smoothly.
Guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. We really hope you enjoyed it. We'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. What are some examples of mistakes that you've made or are making even now as you are trying to start or grow your business? Or alternatively, which of those 10 mistakes we shared today most resonated with you on your journey towards creating a side hustle or a business and so on? Jump in the comments, guys, and let us know.
And if you found this video useful, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with another person who you think will find this useful. Thanks for watching, guys, and as ever,
in all things be thankful and seek joy.
Take care.
Take care, people. Bye.